Hello friends, welcome to the Take Better Photos channel. In all the times I've been reviewing Luminar, one main flaw which crippled the quality of its editing relative to its competitors was its weak masking capability. Well, this past May 25, Skylum has finally addressed this issue with Luminar Neo version 1.19, which includes two new masking tools, the Object Select AI tool and the Luminosity masking tool, which Skylum says allows for a more flexible masking workflow. Do these tools work? Do they bring Luminar up to par with its competitors? That's what we're going to be answering in today's video. To understand the benefits of the new masking tools, let's look at the masking workflow in the previous version of Luminar. Let's try to brighten two elements in this image, the woman and the ship. In the previous version, the only viable option would be Mask AI, and that's because Luminar's brush has no edge detection, which unfortunately holds true even today. Let's try Mask AI now. By the way, if you've never used Luminar, one quirk is when editing RAW, masking is not readily available. There is an extra step that needs to be performed to access masking. As you can see here, as I've opened the RAW file, the Develop RAW panel is shown. You can tell it is the Develop RAW panel as RAW appears in the title. For some strange reason, this particular panel does not have any masking option. The masking option is only available in the non-RAW Develop panel. If editing JPEG, the non-RAW Develop panel is automatically shown. However, if editing RAW, the non-RAW Develop panel will only be shown after you have performed an edit. So let's perform an edit. I'll move the Accent AI slider. As you can see, with that step, even if it doesn't do anything, the non-RAW Develop panel is presented. I'll click on the header to expand the panel. As you can see, the option is now available. It is a bit of a confusing workflow, and I hope Luminar does work to simplify this. Now that I see the masking option, let's create a mask. I'll click Masking, Mask AI. The best option to mask the woman is Human, so I'll choose Human. Unfortunately, as you can see here, the option masks both persons and not just the woman. You will need to manually erase the mask from the man with a brush, a tedious and imprecise step. Next, let's try to mask the ship. The best option is Transport. As you can see, the quality of the mask is very poor and not at all usable. So that was an illustration of the problems of the previous masking tools. How about the new tools? Let's use the first tool, Object Select AI. I'll click Object Select AI. Next, I'll hover my mouse over the ship. As you can see, unlike Mask AI, Object Select AI does a much better job and is far more accurate than Mask AI. It can also recognize individual parts, not just the whole. To create the mask, click the mouse button. Next, let's brighten the ship. I'll click Adjustments. I'll increase the exposure. Next, let's mask the woman. I'll create a new edit by clicking on the header. A new panel is shown with all the sliders set back to its defaults. By the way, if you want to view the previous edit, the edit is available under the Edits tab. I'll navigate back to Develop. I'll click Object Select AI. Once again, as I hover over the lady, you can see this tool is smart enough to detect different parts of the object. Let's mask the entire person. There, that's looking good. Let's recover detail from the dark areas with the shadows adjustment and the curves adjustment. While we're at it, let's perform some tone and color adjustments on the man as well. Here is the before and the after. So I hope you can see how the Object Select AI tool allows for pretty sophisticated edits that weren't previously possible with Mask AI. Now let's move on to the next tool. Here I'd like to perform the following local adjustments: darken the sky to correct overexposure, brighten and enhance detail in the rock formation. How would we do that with the old tools? Once again, before the current release, the only option available for precise masking is Mask AI. Let's use that now. Click Masking, Mask AI, choose Sky. As you can see, errors are present in the output, which is a pain to fix by brushing manually. Next, let's mask the rock formation by choosing Mountain. As you can see, the mask still has errors, and that's because of the fine detail along the edges. Again, this would be a challenge to correct manually. So that was masking with Mask AI. Let's now try to mask with Object Select AI. Once again, I'll click on the sky to select. Unfortunately, as you can see here, Object Select AI was not much better than Mask AI in delivering an error-free mask. Let's mask the rock formation. Again, while the result is slightly better, it is still not perfect and has the same issues as Mask AI. So with both Mask AI and Object Select AI not working adequately, how do we solve this problem? That brings us to the second masking tool, luminosity masking. Let's try that now. Choose luminosity mask. As you can see, a luminance range slider is presented. The range slider represents the luminosity values from dark on the left to light on the right. Initially, this slider is set to cover the entire range. Let's mask the sky. I'll move the left handle to the right to contract the range and ensure darker areas are excluded from the mask. I'll leave the right handle alone. For a more natural looking result, I'll increase the feathering by moving the triangle. Unfortunately, there is some spillover. Not a problem. You can refine the luminosity mask with other masking tools. Let's use the brush. There, a pretty accurate mask. Certainly more accurate than the other AI tools. Let's lower the brightness of the sky with the Curves tool. Next, let's do the same steps and mask the rock formation. Here is the before and the after. So as you can see, the new masking tools do work and are genuinely useful. However, are there any negatives? Definitely yes. The main problem is mostly with the Object Select AI tool, which, while much improved from Mask AI, is still not up to par for more difficult selections. For example, in this portrait, you can see that as I use Object Select AI, the result is quite imprecise. Unfortunately, Luminar has no other tools to refine the selection further. So if you need precise masking of objects with complicated edges, Luminar might not be able to do the job adequately. So there you have it, the two new masking tools of Luminar Neo 1.19. What is the bottom line? Well, these masking tools are a big step in the right direction and drastically expands Luminar's local adjustments capability. With this update, Luminar fixes a glaring weakness and brings its feature set closer with that of its main rivals. So I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know what you think of this update. Write it down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And if you like this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help keep the videos coming. Until the next video, I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye for now.